Music? Yeah. There we go. Y'all like that? We can time it up with the video. Yeah. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Doing good.
Not much.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Enjoying the weather. Just had Memorial Day weekend.
You like the heat?
I mean, it's better
It's
than the
not hot.
cold. It's not hot yet.
It's not hot yet.
No,
a
I
little
like
humid.
it. I like the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when the clouds are out.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's like perfect out.
Yeah, for sure. We went to the rodeo this last Friday.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Where-
I
what
don't picture
rodeo?
you.
Claremore.
Claremore Rodeo.
That's right, man.
Did you have your boots and hat on?
Let me ask you this. Do you think we were wearing shorts, running shoes, non-cowboy hat? Do you think we stuck out?
In
Yes.
Claremore?
Yes.
I mean, that's what I would wear too. So.
Yeah, but we definitely were in the minority.
right.
Yeah.
We weren't in the
You're-
minority in other ways, but we were definitely in the minority. Yeah,
Right. Gotcha.
for
Well,
sure.
you were at a rodeo.
Yeah, I know. I came home and was tempted to put jeans boots on, which is no problem for me. Bethany thought about it, but it was like 84 degrees outside, and we were like, meh. So we just rolled in there.
Gym shorts.
I was wearing
Gym
like
shorts and a tank top.
nice. I might have fit in. I fit in a little better if I had a tank top on. It was fun though. We had a good time.
Yep.
So it was fun. Did you guys do anything Memorial Day?
Baseball.
Baseball.
All weekend.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
And you had other extracurricular
It was
activities
fun.
that we've heard about.
Hey, and I went to Chicken and Pickle. First
That's
time.
so fun.
First time ever.
It's fun.
It was awesome.
It is awesome.
We were there for like 3 hours. Probably half of our team.
Yeah,
was
we should
there.
make a trip there with the families. Rent the. It's so fun.
I didn't know how legit that place was.
Yeah.
And the food was pretty decent, actually.
it's
It's pretty
fine.
good.
Yeah.
The wings were good. Ribs were pretty good.
Yeah.
What was really good, they had a build your own mimosa bar. Sunday brunch.
was a brunch.
Yeah.
It was a brunch.
brunch.
This is we're just looking for sponsors. Chicken Pickle. Free plug. Just future. Just let us know. Well, episode number 9 of the Full
there.
Quiver
going by
Collective
quick.
podcast. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lucas. We're gonna get you to voice the intro.
You can do it.
And now you got a good. You can do it. We'll
Yep.
do that. We're gonna record that and then get it so I don't have to remember.
I need height
who's
and
hit
weight
it.
of everybody before we do it.
Oh, how about not weight or height? It's embarrassing. Both are not good. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really care about the height. So,
Okay.
no, that'd be good. So yeah, it was chicken and pickle is fun. I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
And we are hitting summer. My Texas Rangers are in first place, which is fun. That
Yeah.
doesn't last very long.
Still early.
My
Still
Atlanta Braves
early.
are in
That's
first place.
That's fair. No, there's no way.
The Royals. No.
There's no way. Yep, there's no way. They do have Bobby Witt Jr. I do like him.
I don't follow them anymore because they're so terrible. So
Bobby Witt played for
Yep.
the Rangers back in the day.
Hey, this week too, I did go see Savannah Bananas were in town.
Oh.
And it was worth everything. Every penny.
Fun
It
time.
was awesome.
Fun
It was
time.
Very family friendly.
Yeah, sure.
On top of that.
I've heard it's a good thing. Like if you go out to Savannah, which you mentioned that they're now touring,
Mm-hmm.
it's fun. Well, since we started with baseball, let's talk a little garb, a little unit conversation.
Do it.
Little top baseball uniforms. How about that? Let's get super focused.
do it.
Our top 3. It makes me think of all kinds of things, but mainly baseball cards is what I think about. And I remember thinking back of the uniforms that used to jump out at me. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw one little, which you might give me like the time frame, but this is my honorable mention. Do you remember the Seattle Mariners? Which their City Connect this year might actually do this too, where they had the trident on the hat. I'm gonna say like 60s, 70s.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that, man, with the V-neck. I like that uniform. That was a fun time.
No
Fun
buttons.
time.
No
No
buttons.
buttons. Yeah,
V-neck.
no button. Just a
no
V-neck.
belt on the pants either.
No belt, man.
Yeah.
No belt. Yeah,
I think it's
like
been
that.
great about all the City Connect uniforms that they're bringing back.
Texas is bad.
Yeah,
Theirs is
some
bad.
there's been a few,
I do not like it.
but
Have you seen it?
no.
The Rangers?
Yeah.
No.
Are they wearing them yet?
No one watches the
Oh,
Rangers.
they are. Yeah, they're blacked out. I can't ever watch them.
Yeah, that's true, but I like them. So yeah. Anyway.
But overall, they're fun. The City Connect uniforms are fun.
Yeah. They've been doing this
For
for
the
a few
most part.
years now.
Yeah,
They're just
couple-
opening it
yeah.
up a little more.
Uh-huh.
Because it was like the fun cities, I guess. Like
Yeah, I don't
Miami's.
remember who started it, but just a couple of them. And yeah, every year they're adding a couple more teams, I feel like. So
All right, that's my honorable mention.
Okay.
You mean to go with my... I'm going to go pretty classic here, guys. I'm super
I'm
boring.
not going classic.
I'm super boring. Number 3 for me, St. Louis Cardinals. The classic white or
Yeah.
cream
Yeah.
with the birds on it. I love it.
Pants up, pants down.
I'm a pants up guy.
Me too.
Pants up?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
middle infield, not baggy pants. I like the pants
Dude,
up. high.
ballers wear their pants up, man. That's just where it's at.
All right, I like
They do,
that. Okay, okay.
I disagree with that, but anyways. I went kind of old school for my number 3. I did the 19, what is it? Let me look at
Oh
my
man, we
notes.
got the year and everything.
1972 to 1983 Oakland Athletic yellow tops.
Oh,
Ooh, yellow.
Yeah, and they always had the white cleats,
Yep,
and most of them had the mustache.
yep,
going.
absolutely.
So
Those stand
my
out on
number
a
3.
baseball card. I remember
yeah,
that for sure.
they said they did them for TV purposes.
Mm.
They stand out. So
they did stand
That
out.
was
you go.
back when the socks were just like the one pinstripe on each
Stirrup.
side.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. They had the stirrup, and those were green, right?
green stirrups, yellow.
Yeah,
I think yellow socks even. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you're
But,
right.
yeah,
Ugh, that's awful.
no one liked them though.
I don't like them. I'm right. I'm there right there with you. All right.
That's probably why they're moving to Las Vegas now.
Are they?
They-
Is that done deal?
pretty close.
It's
I
done.
think.
Yeah. Get out of Oakland.
They've won
baby.
more World Series than the Rangers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody's won more than the Rangers.
Okay.
All right, number 3 for me. I actually picked this one up at the Savannah Bananas game. It was kind of a last minute, like, dude, they wore these unis, not the all yellow ones that you've seen, but they wore these. I've never seen them before, but these tops. And I showed you a picture where they're kind of like gold, and they've got some yellow and green in there.
It's almost like they
And
took
it's-
the banana and made camo out of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
Camo banana tops.
Yeah, like
the
you could
pants-
maybe
that
get
pants
lost.
are all white.
Yeah, if you wore that, you could get lost in the banana jungle somewhere.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, very.
Definitely
very much
stands
so.
out.
Yeah, I mean they were pretty slick. I thought they were real clean. They were nice.
There's something.
yeah,
They're
Yeah.
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think they were cool.
No, they're kinda
Unusual.
Cool.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
definitely
I'm not
cool.
going classic on any of these. So.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell. And I'm going.
I liked them.
I'm going full bore. Traditional, classic. So my number 2, it's the Yankees. I actually like both sets. I like the grays. I like the pinstripes.
Are you sucking up to
I actually-
Pastor Mike right now?
I actually can't stand the Yankees. I'm just gonna have to be honest though. That's a very iconic uniform logo. I like that they don't do the names on the back.
Yeah.
I like everything about it, other than it's in New York and it's the Yankees.
Yeah.
Everything about it. So, in the history of baseball, it's all over.
It's classic.
Yeah,
I
for
give you
sure,
that.
for
Yep.
sure.
My other one is the 80-ish Kansas City Royals, the powder blue.
Those are good.
So when you think of powder blue,
Yep.
I think of George Brett, Bo
Yep.
Jackson. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
No buttons, the V-neck.
Yeah.
Real tight fitting.
yeah,
Pants, no belt, just the 2 little buttons or whatever it is. And
yeah.
just,
It
yeah,
honestly
memories.
looks. It almost looks like a little league uniform, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like I remember where it looked a lot like my uniform in Little League, right?
Right.
No, that is a good one, man. I
Yep.
thought about that one in the Blue Jays too, where they had the
Toronto.
blue. Yeah, I
Yeah. A
always
lot of them
kinda
had the
like that.
blue.
They did.
When I was doing
Rangers-
research, a lot of
Rangers
them
had one.
That kind of
Yeah.
baby bluish.
Cardinals
Rangers
did.
brought that back. I think theirs is like Sunday home games. They're
Yeah.
they're doing powder blue jerseys. Yeah, not
I
too
like
bad.
I like that
Yeah.
color blue.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
nice. All right, I'm up. All right, let's see. Number 2. I got to think about it. All right, I'm going. We talked about it. I'm going City Connect.
Yeah,
My
the
next
neon,
2
whichever's
one.
neon.
Yeah,
That's what you're
dude.
doing, yeah.
Neon Padres.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Like
That
the
is
neon pink, neon with
Yeah.
that like turquoise.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just pop, man.
it's-
They're cool.
it
That's
def-
like a Little League uniform to me. Like this.
Hey, let's go ahead and say
random
this
neon
too.
colors.
I had a buddy of mine say that he loved the Padres pinstripes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That is good too.
Yeah.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
What pinstrips? Brown.
It's ugly,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That ma-
like
that
it's
makes it look
ugly,
good.
but it's good.
I
Yeah.
love pinstripes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
So, go ahead.
White Sox. Yeah.
Yeah, they got style in SoCal, right? That's SoCal.
They got
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
That's
Different
my
taste.
phrase for this podcast. They got something.
Your number 1?
Yeah.
Who's your number 1?
I'm gonna go with another name, no name on the back. Red Sox. Both sets. I like both sets. So like I said, it was tempting.
bloody sock or no bloody sock?
No bloody sock. No Kurt Schilling. I'm not a real fan of Boston either. I love a team that has not had a lot of success, so it's hard to love teams that had a bunch of success.
Mhm.
But very classic, man. I thought about the Dodgers. It just made me really think about the cards you used to get your
Right.
baseball cards, and those are the
Yeah.
uniforms. I just remember, like, obviously you did some looking. Like, there's some that stand out, but those are, man, you see Babe Ruth wearing it.
Right.
Kind of the same now, right? Like
is.
it's pretty cool.
Iconic.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
iconic. I like
And those
that.
teams, when I was a kid, were usually the 2 teams in the plaffs, right?
Yeah, they're always
in the
there,
American
man.
League.
Always
it was
there.
Red Sox Yankees was been such a big rival for so many years.
Well,
so
And I'm like envious of a baseball town, right? So, the Rangers only have fans when they're very good, and everybody's skeptical. So it had to be good and last, like maybe past first round of playoffs, right? We are definitely from a football area, so it's just not a baseball town. So I was always jealous of like the Cubs, the White Sox, Boston, the Yankees, of course, the Dodgers. I mean, it's just good fans. So yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah. You guys have mentioned most of mine that were on my list. Yankees were my number 1, but I'll go with Dodgers.
Yeah,
just changed it up a little bit. The classic blue Dodgers, and then it has like the red number.
Yeah.
I mean, it just stands out. It's iconic too.
Yeah,
They
great
haven't
hat.
changed that in a long time.
Hat's great.
Yep.
I think I had one of their
I like the
hats.
simple uniforms.
Me too.
Simple, and they.
And all
Nice.
white is clean, man. I'm a fan of all white. We'll get into football at some point, and yeah, I'm a fan of the white.
All right,
White
I'm gonna
top,
throw in
white
an
bottom.
honorable mention.
Let's do it.
Too. Yeah, have you ever seen the South Side Chicago White Sox unis?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I like
Yep.
those
Yep.
with the black with the white pinstripes.
Yep. Yeah, it's like
Like
opposite.
old English
Like
lettering
inverse it.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are pretty slick.
Yeah, I like the Tigers too. Honestly, I like their
Orioles
they're
have
pretty
some
sharp.
good ones to me too.
You like those?
I like the orange and black.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I almost would tell you anything with orange in it, I'm out.
Expos had some good ones, but I couldn't say anything from Canada on the list. So.
Yeah, I did say the Blue Jays. They've had some classics. The Rockies did pinstripes. Do they still? For a little while.
Oh yeah, well, I mean back in the day, it was
Yeah.
like white with purple pinstripes.
Yeah, when they first
Yeah.
first started.
I don't know if they do or not.
Remember the sleeveless? Everyone had the sleeveless too.
Yeah,
Like the-
Cincinnati.
yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
Ricky Vaughn.
Marlins.
Ricky Vaughn.
Well, they had
Sleeveless?
yeah.
no,
Oh,
no, like yeah, the
Yeah.
penal league.
We were hats and
Uh,
sleeves in this league. so.
The Diamondbacks too. The Marlins.
Yeah.
They all did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Braves.
90s baseball.
Yeah. 90s
Oh, you're
baseball.
talking like the vest with like the under.
Yeah,
and
they
they're
still
wearing
wear
like
the-
an under.
yeah,
like
they
an
still wear the
undershirt.
shirt.
Your
Yeah,
warm up
yeah,
shirt
yeah.
underneath, and you put it on.
Dude,
That's
we
good
might have
stuff.
had those kind of uniforms in high school. At Owasso.
Yeah, I think we did
might
one
have.
year too. Actually.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, my number one, I got to stick with my Braves.
Yeah,
right?
we
So
figured.
I'm going City Connect Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because it throws back to that like 70s
Yeah.
Hank Aaron era.
Hank Aaron, yeah, I was gonna say,
kind
yeah.
of take on that those unis there. And
Still the
dude, they're
same A.
slick, dude.
Still
They're
the same A,
man.
A.
Same blue. Just it's
Yeah.
sharp.
That is sharp.
Love it.
I do not like the Rangers City Connect, but I do like the classic white with Texas across the chest. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah,
I'm a
those
fan
are-
of that.
those are
In
slick.
blue. Yeah, for sure.
I always
And-
picture Ron Washington wearing that uni.
Yeah, the old school brother. And they got the flag on the side, the Texas flag, which I don't know many other teams that do that.
No, it's true. I don't even think
Yeah.
about that. What they're doing now is putting these giant sponsor.
Yeah, they are. I can't believe it took this
I don't like
long.
that either.
on there.
You guys watch. You don't watch European like soccer, but
It's
No.
all over it.
it's crazy to me that it took this long for that to happen. And like basketball is just like this little logo.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
Well, it's kind of downfall to the slick unis, man. When they put
is.
a big old
It's trash.
patch on the
Yeah.
sleeve, I'm like,
It's almost and it is like this for soccer. Is that when you almost see like if they switch sponsors, you almost don't recognize it because you for so long I can't remember who's like got Rakuten now or something, but
Right.
it used to be forever. It was like Emirates, right?
Yep.
And then now it's something different. You're like, who is that? Oh, it's Arsenal. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, super weird. Something we don't have here too much. Well,
yep.
awesome baseball nostalgia right there for all of us, I think. And I know we all played a lot of sports as kids, and some of us even played a little longer than that. But I think Lukas brought this up. Something that's kind of on his mind a little bit was.
Throwing me under the bus here.
No, I guess we all kind of brought this. You're right. Is kids sports and like
Yeah.
what that kind of takes up in our lives and how important it can be sometimes.
How much
Yeah.
is too much?
How much is too
Right.
much? Yeah. If and I have a little bit older kid, so I can say that we've gone through the phase of Asher, my oldest, was decent, but got to a point where he just didn't want to put the effort in, and we didn't force it. And so we've kind of backed out of the kid sports a little bit. I still have 3 other kids, and they're involved as well, but not to the level that we were. And yeah, it's a good question. What is too much? When does it become like the driving force of your family?
Yep.
Like all that kind of stuff. So
How parents go crazy during kids sports.
that has to be part of
Right.
the conversation.
So I used to ref a ton, football, basketball, baseball. I got out of it after 7-8 years of doing it. I did it high school and college. It's bad. Like even that was 15. I'm gonna age myself. 15, 20 years ago. It's even worse now. over like an 8-year-old basketball game in the first quarter.
You mean like parents,
coaches,
and coaches? Yeah,
they just we're playing even travel. It's just crazy. They just take it to a level where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, and you're talking like even at a recreation level.
Yeah, rec, or we did tournament. All of it. They're just arguing balls and strikes. I'm like, I don't want them up here walking the whole time. They need to swing the bat. I mean, it was just constant. So
it's just like they're so protective of their kid. If they get one bad call or one call that doesn't go their kid's way, they just all self-control is lost.
You think it's the protection of the kid, or they're trying to like, I don't know if it's vicariously live through them, but I think oftentimes maybe there's a thought that their kid's better than they actually are. That's number one.
That's true. No, that's always the
and number
case,
two, like
right?
how much weight we put on these. And Bethany and I talk about this, like even with my little girls, this happened, their last game, they were playing my kids are in rec league, so like the cheapest, lowest level we can do.
Still not cheap.
It's not super cheap, but it's still, and we have volunteer coaches. We were on a really good team, really good family, so we really enjoy it. But one of our parents was mouthing to the referee to a point where the referee stopped and told the coaches, if it happens again, they're going to kick one of the coaches out. And so the coaches yelled across the field, hey, please be quiet, or we're going to get kicked out. And I told Bethany, this is I think they might be 12U, so it's 12, 11, and 10-year-old girls. Soccer. Like, none of these kids are going to be playing in the Olympics. None of them are going to maybe play college. I doubt it. And even if we stay, like, in this town we're in, the size that it's in, and we're not playing club ball, which would be, like, the step up, right, paying for coaches, we're probably not going to play in high school. So, like, get real. Chill out, dude.
I always think about that. Are they really trying to live through themselves, like live their lives through their kids, or is it maybe they just don't ever want their kids to fail?
Maybe that's it.
I don't know. Because I have a hard time. It's like, can you, as a grown adult, how do you actually tell yourself, how do you go about living, your life through your kids' sports? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it's not going to be fulfilling. I'll tell you that.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, is that really it? Or is it you can't stand to see your kid not be the best or not succeed? Is that where the self-control gets lost?
Yeah. And it's the intensity that comes with it.
Yeah.
This isn't just like, oh, hey, come on, guys. Like cheering them on or positive. This is like, getting onto a referee who might have missed a call that wasn't that big a deal, or pressing their kids to score a goal, putting a lot of weight on that so that their kids probably feel like failures when it's over if they don't, right? All kinds of stuff.
When you ref, whenever you make a call, half the people are going to be mad at you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Those refs are getting little pay.
Yeah.
And there's such a shortage for refs, all the way through high school and college.
Yeah.
They're recruiting anybody. They'll warm body out there because no one will do it anymore.
Yeah. You can sign up?
No. No. I thought about it. I
Yeah.
thought about doing basketball again.
It'd be kind of fun.
It would be. And they have a 3-man crew now, so you don't even have to run.
You just get to have court.
Crew.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's a good excuse to get your exercise in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get paid to doing it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, but I'll take it another direction. The youth sports, and I played a ton of this stuff growing up, but I think it costs a lot of money, so you're pricing a lot of kids out.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
I think it's starting to kind of, I don't want to say ruin, but impact your local schools, because there's like some of the kids aren't even playing for like their local schools. They'll play like club teams and things like that. I'm a big rah-rah hometown, win the championship for your home school.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I think it impacts that as well.
So you're saying like you get to the level of high school, they're not even playing the high school sport. They're choosing to play like multiple seasons in club ball.
Some of them.
Yeah.
That's just some experience that I've had.
Yeah, I know. I know that's definitely true.
That's not everybody, but that
basketball for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I think basketball and baseball have the most. Football's kind of getting that 7-on-7 stuff, and football's getting out of control. So, you're from Texas,
Yeah, it's a big deal. Big deal down there.
But I just know kind of started with, I don't know which one was first, basketball or baseball, with all the travel. But it's, going down to other sports.
So. Yeah, I think I know a family that had a young man that played for Flower Mound in Texas. So the baseball team is a really good program, well known, but he was like, the scouts don't even go to their games anymore. They just go to the club teams, and so they're still forking out $7,500 to be on this team in Grapevine.
Yep.
To play. They have indoor facilities and all. I know. Hey. Yep. And I think he ended up playing college ball and really enjoying it. So it was a good investment for them. And he, I don't say good investment. I don't think it was wasted money. I think they have good memories, and he enjoyed it. So I think, it's what it is, right?
Yeah, everybody makes their own decisions about that, right?
Sure.
Hopefully you're making that decision, based upon what your kid wants, not necessarily what the parent wants.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. That's that.
So there's a lot of that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Forcing little Johnny to be out on the baseball field or soccer field or whatever because, my mom says I got to be here.
Sure.
Or my dad or whatever. So
sure.
And I think I've heard stories, where parents do that and they push and push, and it's like, okay, well you're good, so I'm gonna push you without even asking you, hey, we're gonna go play competitive baseball, right? Without even asking your kid, like, what do you want to do?
That's just what they're doing.
That's just what they're doing. All right, you're on this team now, and you go, and then it gets 13, 14 years old. They've been doing this for X amount of years, and then the kid finally breaks down and says, dude, I hate baseball, I hate football, whatever
and I
sport
hate
it is.
you. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not playing anymore, and it's just done, right?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think we kind of recognized in Asher, we moved, so I think that had something to do with it a little bit. He didn't know people. It's not like he had a draw to be with friends on a team, which I grew up doing, right?
Right.
So like my dad coached and my best friends were on my baseball teams. Yeah. I loved it, like absolutely loved it, but it was also like fun to see and jack around with my friends, right?
Yep.
And so I think I do regret like that he didn't get to enjoy that a little bit. But to Lucas's point, even in the area we were at, it was so big that he was rarely on the team with his good friends, right? Like I would coach and then we'd have a couple other kids maybe we knew, but it just didn't happen all the time. So I think he still would have probably opted out.
And sports are so global. I was looking at some stats, and like 30%, I think, of the MLB is born outside the USA now.
Sure. Yeah.
I think basketball was like 15% or something. I don't know what NBA was. I mean, football is still pretty much
I think NBA
dominant.
NBA is probably pretty heavy in America, but
so the chances, if you're in it for your kid to be like professional athlete, like you're in it for the wrong reasons, right?
Oh yeah. I think you notice those kids I mean, you guys played enough basketball too, but some kids are special, and you can tell.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Young. I mean, you talk like a Meyer can rake, right? Like he can hit good. Maybe he is. Maybe you notice like he maybe has a good chance like to play college ball, which is another just giant leap, right? It's just huge, and like I mean, you could tell Asher could hang and play, but he was going to have to put effort in. He wasn't that kid that had that natural ability like some of those kids, right? You can just tell. Some kids just stand out, man. And my kid,
God-given talent for
my kid did not. He's smart, so he gets that from his mom. So yeah, that's a good thing. But like some of that stuff, man, is too much. We just put so much into it, so much, man.
So I played, college baseball. My boys have zero desire to play baseball. Like we did the Y baseball a year or two.
Yeah, Asher got tired of it pretty quick.
Braxton has he doesn't want to do it at all. I think Kyler could be decent, but he doesn't. He's not into it. He wants to do flag football and basketball and what else, and that's what we do.
It's the practice, man. It is.
Oh yeah.
You gotta. If you like it, you like it. Because practice in baseball is a lot of reps.
Yep.
A lot of boring stuff, and I think you really have to enjoy it.
And as you get older, it's not just the 2 times a week practice the team. It's you got to do it at home.
Doing tee work, you're
right to really hang in there. And
absolutely,
my son's finding that out now. It's our first year, competitive. I mean, he's only 8, but the talent, that goes out there, it's a step up, and it's. But I keep asking him. I was like, hey, you want to play on this team again next year? Yeah. You still like baseball? Yeah, I love baseball more than I've ever loved baseball.
Well, yeah, and he also you don't have to fight with him to practice.
No,
I think that's a big. It's like we commit to play on a team. We're gonna go to practice. And the minute that mine started being like, and it was like, no, dude, we're doing. The minute that's when the conversation started happening. Okay, do we like it or do we not?
Yep.
Like let's not be silly here, and let's find what you do like.
Yep. But it's been, like you said, it's good. It is a lot of time, right? It's a lot of time away from other things, church being one of them, right? That's might be one of the more controversial things. And we've been out, like just the way our schedule has. I think it's been like 4 weeks, which is not, that most ideal thing. But as a spiritual leader of your house, you got to make those decisions too. And
sure,
you should be feeding yourself on Sunday morning only anyway. So
no, for sure, for sure.
And also, I think, it makes an impact too when you put, Jesus's disciples and followers out there on Sunday at the ball fields. I think there's something to be said of that, right?
Sure.
Around the crowd, and
you're not cussing out the ref.
No, not doing that. not doing that. So
Now's
I
the
think
ball.
there's something to be said about that too. Of maybe a change in dynamics or something, but it has been increase in time and commitment, but we've also increased our memories too, like you mentioned there before.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And you make new friends, right?
Yeah.
Meet new people, learn about new people, and so it's been a good overall experience for us.
Yeah.
So far.
The balance will be like when North starts wanting to get into stuff too,
Yeah.
right?
Well, she already is. She did
Yeah.
dance.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's when it
she
starts
did.
to become like this. Okay. What do we do?
It gets busy,
Man,
for sure.
and I'll say with 4, it was, I mean, that was always, like, that was part of it too, where it's like, my gosh. So when Asher was like, you know what, baseball, I'm good. I'm like, okay. Because it was just a
Right.
stretch, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt.
You know, and if he didn't want to put the effort in, then I was good with that. But yeah, man, I agree. I think if they like something, you got to feed that. I really do believe that. And
sports are good for it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, those are great life lessons
For
that
sure.
happen
For
during
sure.
sports.
Yeah, teamwork. It just even like who said the thing about failing? Like, man, wanting something and not getting it, right? That, because it happens.
Yeah.
In sports,
Maybe it sparks a little bit extra drive.
absolutely.
Right?
Sports definitely can do that.
And to know that, right, you can do something and the whole team, essentially fails at the last
Sure.
minute, or you can be doing great things and somebody else on your team,
Yeah.
right? That's life.
It's
that
life, man.
happens,
It's
right?
life
At
for
your
sure.
job and other areas of life. So there's so many great life lessons I believe sports can.
And probably one of the best is to not find that fulfillment there,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's definitely a good thing, because I think it's tough to even balance that with success at school, with with everything. And we put a lot of things ahead of what that fulfillment should be, and we we chase after that constantly. So
Yeah.
All right.
you good?
I'm good. You want me to do my final word?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Hit it.
All right, so this kind of goes with what we're talking about. Deuteronomy chapter 6, we're going to start with verse 5 and go through 9. It says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments that I give to you to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road, when you lie down and when you get up. And then basically just write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates." So what I take from that is we got to put God first whenever we do, right? And how are we going to do that? And then I did a little more research onto it. We need to, our kids need to see us reading the Bible. As something my wife does better than me. She's the one that takes the notes at church. She's the one that, she has notes for years, right? I'm the guy that looks just like, I look at the screen. But she's
Like, hey,
following along.
I can read, right? I don't need my Bible.
Do you ever take a picture of the screen?
No, I don't have my phone with me.
Nice,
My
I love
phone's
it.
in my
I love
phone's
it.
in the car.
That's good.
I love
Yeah.
that though. I like nowadays you just see a lot of people, like when something's on the screen, they just
You start zooming
click.
in. Yeah.
like no
I
need to
don't-
write it down.
No, that's
Yeah,
something.
people get away with it. It's like, are they on Facebook or are they on the Bible app these days?
Right.
Yeah, sure,
You know?
sure.
Or the preacher's like, open your Bible or the Bible app. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget what I was talking about. Just seeing our kids doing that and then praying with our children. Another one talked about volunteering as a family at church.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't really completed yet because my boys are still pretty young. So I was trying to think of ways that I could get them involved. Maybe help them be door greeters.
Yeah, we've done it quite a bit at church, especially at like Family Sundays, because they pass out like the crayons and stuff, and the coloring books, or like Christmas, Easter. Those are the big times, especially for good family, full family volunteers.
And my kids have done. Kids have done the Christmas programs and things like that.
Yeah.
But So I was just trying to think outside the box of, because I remember my grandparents, my parents, my aunts and uncles, and everybody being involved in the church and kind of passing that legacy on down. So that's important for my family as well to do that. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I would throw this out there real fast about the volunteering thing. I know a Place for Hope.
Project Hope.
Project Hope. Sorry, Place for Hope is the orphanage I went to in Africa. And I think Anthony's probably done this, but they pack meals on occasion, and that was super kid friendly.
Right.
Like your kids could totally do that, man. And it was, the messages. Here's what they're going to do, and what it's for, and it is tied to our church, and that would be something. For
I
sure.
know the Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma. It's kind of there on the north side of Tulsa. They offer family volunteers. Same deal, packing food. I think you have to be 8 to do it. But you sign up and you go in there for whatever hour time slot. So I know it's an easy one.
I think anything getting our kids out of their comfort zone, because all of our kids are pretty well off to do, I would say, compared to
Darn right.
others. And sometimes I'm like, you guys are just some spoiled brats. We need to
Darn right.
teach you guys
I mean, not
what
yours,
it is
but mine.
to. Yeah. So that's something my wife and I have been talking about. Like, what can we do? So those are good ideas, Go down. I know they feed the homeless down in Tulsa sometimes too. We did that at our old church and things like that. So
I think you might have to be just a bit older for that.
Right.
But I think there's one here in Owasso, one in Collinsville. They've kind of turned that into a little bit of a food bank, and the Dividing Bread, maybe.
Dividing
and
bread,
they, the boys did that at Rejoice Church, and your son did it at Meyer at I can't remember what that field trip was. Well, they did. Maybe Braxton did it. Maybe Meyer.
I think it was
didn't do
third grade. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think second graders brought the food, and I think
Okay.
third grade passed it out. Maybe.
Yeah, and they enjoyed it. They loved that. Filling up. People pull up on their cars, and they would take the food out to their cars, and they
For
talked
sure.
about it for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And man, I think too, we probably missed the boat a lot with the elderly, which is probably a big opportunity that I need to get my kids involved with. And I honestly miss seeing my grandparents, and they're kind of at that point where they can't get around as much. And I know it means the world when I go down there and come over to their house and just spend an hour with them.
did you ever have to do like nursing homes?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my
yeah.
goodness.
We used to go sing at them.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Somebody play the piano or whatever, and you'd be singing these hymns. And
Yeah, man. It's good
Yeah.
stuff, man.
It is
And
good
it's
stuff.
biblical. I mean, from what you just read, I take that it's in everything we do, right? It is
Right.
absolutely without ceasing in everything we do. And not only that, we brand it on our house. We brand it on things that are stable and important to us, on our home and our fences, right? Like
Right.
we say that we are God's people, and like you said, just to our kids and that legacy. And we just finished up that book on the legacy, right? And what we want to pass on. But man, that is powerful. And
Right.
it-
Even Jesus says, right? I should see. People should know my disciples by the fruit that they bear.
absolutely, absolutely.
Just in everyday life. And it can be a challenge, no doubt,
for sure.
to bear that fruit, and more specifically supernatural fruit, right?
Yep.
'Cause people, even non-believers, can bear fruit,
Absolutely. Yeah.
right? And you're like, hey, especially when you see maybe non-believers who are more generous or kind than
Sure.
believers, and that's a big slap in the face, a wake-up call.
Yeah,
maybe.
it sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
One
the
thing we're
Spirit
working
sitting
with is praying with our children in the good times and the bad times.
Absolutely.
Because that's, a lot of times we just pray when good things happen, right?
Yep.
But we need to also pray when trials happen.
Yep.
That's something that's hard to teach, 8, 9-year-old too. So
And I
that's
try to
something-
get out.
Go ahead.
We pray every night with our kids
Right.
too, and it is good. But you kind of get in that same routine of like, hey, thanks for this day, bless this, bless
Yeah.
that, and you kind of get in these like weak prayers, right? And just kind of this same old things instead of like, hey, let's maybe teach our kids to pray a little more boldly occasionally.
Sure. Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I agree with that. I am a big believer in the habit, though. I think we've
Yep.
talked about that
Yep.
in this podcast, even that, man, that habit, because there's days you don't want to,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
right? I mean,
Right.
you maybe. I think I talked about the book I read where he's like screaming at his kids to get dressed, put their pajamas on, stop throwing things at each other, and then, let's pray. Good night. Love you,
Yeah.
right? And I think that habit at least is good, but I do agree that there is a little bit of a rut there, and yeah, and kind of to your point where you, regardless of what you're going through, it's got to go to God, right? And the glory goes to God in the good, and your cries go out to Him when it's bad, right? And I think that's super important, and that's your only hope. That's it.
That's it.
That's your only hope, and nothing else is going to bring anything of sustainability,
Yeah.
right?
I've even had a conversation with a guy who's agnostic, just don't
Yeah.
know what you believe
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Good friend of mine, and I'd be like, so what's your hope? He's like, I don't have any. Like, it's not there. I'm like, that sounds more terrifying
Oh,
than
God.
anything else.
Right.
Well, I think what happens is that's buckling when you go through something hard and painful. Is if you don't have that hope. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's I have a friend that's an atheist, and his wife got pancreatic cancer, and as that process played out, this is heartbreaking for me because I think he will find God. He's already kind of on. He was asking questions on that path. It's heartbreaking to me, man, to think about that. He didn't have that hope during that time, and then when he does come to the knowledge of God, knowing that is past for his wife, because he loved her. It was a bad deal, man. That's just heartbreaking for me.
Yep.
But also I think too, like we talked a little bit ago about Thessalonians, and this will be all I got to say about it. But with that little passage out of Deuteronomy, I mean, we don't know when Jesus' second coming is going to happen, but that was before.
Mm-hmm.
And we are after the first, right, and the resurrection, and we know that's going to happen. And then living in that expectation and doing those things, that knowing that you're doing those things, like when he returns, you don't want to be doing something bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you think about it in that perspective, if you talk about like you shouldn't be fearful for the second coming, you should be hopeful for the second coming, but also you should live in a manner that if he showed up right now, he would be like proud and happy where you're at, not that you're stuck in this temptation and sin, right? Like you're constant. I just think of those things through too, man, and it can cause some. Ugh.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? There's moments of every day where it's like, ugh, hope he doesn't come back around now. You know, but
What's that
do think,
Is this where you're gonna be when Jesus comes back?
yeah.
Joe Dirt?
Yeah, it's Joe Dirt. I think this is what you want to be doing when Jesus returns. But that's a good thought if you think about it from that perspective, and it can drive some positive, right? There's courage there, and there's hope there. That's good stuff, man. I like that.
Yep.
Good Old Testament, Deuteronomy.
Not Proverbs this time, Deuteronomy.
Not Proverbs, but Deuteronomy. That's good stuff. All right. Well, what do you think, guys?
Nah, I think it was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah, good talk. Talk about baseball. Every time we talk about baseball, I'm good.
Yeah, Anthony's solid when we talk about baseball.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll swing into football. I mean, you got to be getting a little fired up about the Niners this year.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We don't have a
you're
quarterback.
good.
We don't have a quarterback.
You're a good fan. All right. We'll leave you guys on that. Check us out on all the platforms that you consume your podcast, and of course on YouTube. We do have a website, fullquivercollective.com. A couple of blog posts, some T-shirt link there if you want to check that out. But we do appreciate you listening.
Are we on Facebook?
We are. Do people do the Facebook?
I don't know. Facebook
We are
and
on Facebook.
Instagram,
We
right?
are on Instagram and Facebook. I think I did have an offer for someone to do our social media. My sister has reached out and said she would do that, so I'm gonna take her up on that.
Tell her it's good pay.
She's gonna be here in a love.
She's coming up.
She's gonna be here in a couple of weeks, and we're gonna talk.
We'll
about
take her.
it.
We'll take her
So,
out to dinner.
Take
then.
her out to dinner,
or I'll cook
okay.
her something.
Yeah, we
Even
could do
better.
that. Yeah, she would like that. So maybe we could be a little more on the ball.
All right.
With that. All right.
Cool.
We'll see you guys next time.